All right, good evening, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm standing by. I'm standing by, seeing what questions you got. I've been on here for quite a while. Shared a lot of knowledge. Well, it's only knowledge to those who accept it. If you haven't accepted what's been shared, it's just information. When you research the information and find it to be true and apply it to you, then it becomes something you can use, what we call knowledge. So I'm here now, and the universe is directing all this. I'm telling you, I am not in control of what's going on here. I'm not calling events to happen. What I'm doing is following the events as they unfold. So I've been courting you for a year. So in any courtship, the man's warn a woman. Well, let's take the sex out of it. Let's just say, um, like I've been running for election. What office? I don't know. What office do you give a minister? Hey, how you doing? All right. Hey, people coming in now. Yeah. So what I want to know is, what do you think about some of the things I've written, I've talked about over the last few months? Anything you need clarity on? If you just coming here, you don't know what TAIFA world's about, TAIFA world ministers about, then you just think I'm some old guy on YouTube, but just talking to be talking. But if you've been doing your research on the videos I've posted, quite a few of them, then you want some clarity on something that's being shared. Am I Jewish? Well, my grandfather was. That's where I learned being a Jew from my grandfather. I'm glad you asked that question because it gave me an opportunity to elaborate on some things. Um, yeah, my grandfather, very strong, practiced being a Jew, the whole 9 yards. He made sure all the grandchildren was, the male was circumcised. That's one tradition. He had a strict diet. He, yeah, he even had a little Jew harp. I don't know if you've seen it. It's this little musical instrument about this big. You play it like that. Yeah, he seemed to be the only one in the family that really knew who he was. And just like anybody who's knowledgeable, everybody say he's crazy. Didn't know what he's talking about. So he wasn't accepted much by his children. So he wasn't meant for them because I listened to him. I listened to him talk. So I won't say I'm Jewish. I don't know what Jewish means. But yeah, Jew is part of my family tradition. We all in the military, whether you want to be or not. Aubrey. I mean, look at your surroundings. Can't you see you living in the military government when everybody's armed? And I was doing some research on that recently. That's another good question. Oh, y'all rocking today. I was doing some research the other day because I said, man, why is everybody armed? A lot of countries that I visited, the police were not armed. You know, this country, people wasn't armed at first because America followed the British model, and they just had a nightstick, you know, knock you side the head if you're doing something wrong. And then they say crime increased, and so they started carrying hidden, concealed weapons in Britain and America. That's how it started. First, they was concealed because they wouldn't bring it out unless it was something really, really serious. And in 1977, I know most of y'all, that's ancient history, but for me, that wasn't that far ago. I remember 1977. This is when they started, police started wearing arms, you know, wearing guns. 1977. If you watch those old films of the Panthers, which was a little before 77, they had arms. They had carried a shotgun in their car, and they would, if you was intimidating, they approach you with a shotgun, but they didn't have any small arms. And as I think about it, I'm thinking after the Panthers started displaying weapons, that's when the police start really showing firearms. That hey, I want you to see what I got. So yes, we are in the army, and those of us who are being held hostage, we are prisoners of war. So you all in the army, whether you want it, whether you accept it or not. You're either part of the ruling class, or you're part of the class that held hostage. Some people putting messages, but they retracted them. I guess that's a good thing. Once you see what you wrote, you say, well, man, somebody gonna think I'm crazy for writing something like that. So maybe that's the best decision. Can I have mods so anybody don't respect? Oh well, look, you know, I'm not gonna be trying to get people kicked off. This is how I handle people who post things or disrespecting or whatever. I appreciate you asking that question, but they only have power when you give it to them. In other words, people who talk crazy, disrespectful, they're hurting. They're hurting. They're in misery. And all they can do is lash out and try to hurt somebody else to feel their pain. You know, like, can you feel my pain? So just don't give them your attention. That's the best way you handle that. YouTube has a policy that says, okay, you want to screen these comments, you want to hold these comments. No, say what's on your mind. Say what's on your mind. And when you respect yourself, people can't disrespect you. They really disrespect themselves. As long as you respect yourself, and if respectful people who respect themselves. If you're a self-respecting person and someone try to disrespect you, really they're disrespecting themselves. And people who respect themselves, you won't find them going around disrespecting other people, and vice versa. If you don't respect yourself, hey, who you going to respect? Well, I want to thank y'all for asking those very nice, interesting questions. Got me a little bit to elaborate. And I don't know if you've been following what I've been posting, but this would add to a lot of things. Because remember now, when I was sharing, I didn't have an audience, so I was just sharing things in my mind because that's all I was allowed to do at that time. So as I run a circle, and like you share so much, and I'm going live now. Now I was going live before, but the audience wasn't allowed to come in for some reason. Maybe subscriptions or didn't have enough views. I don't know. So as soon as I reached the point that hey man, I'm through with this just talking with no audience, not without any feedback. As soon as I reached that point, boom, the audience started coming online. So that's why I say this whole thing is divinely, it's a divine being led by divine, and I'm just following. Okay, well, uh, and that's another reason why I didn't. A lot of my videos, you see me having props, books. Art of War is my favorite one because that describes everything we're into. And every time I show my face, people got some comments. I mean, any comments about me, my personal appearance. I ask you one question: what that have to do with anything? That means to me, you're not really interested in what I'm sharing. You into what people look like. I was sharing some videos of because I have they call me old school, right? Can't get away from that. So I have old things that people don't use anymore. So I was showing the old VH tape, and somebody remarked, "Oh man, you got an old ass TV." Okay, all right. Now what about the content of what I'm trying to get you to understand is look at the content. You didn't learn anything from the video, but that it was shown on an old TV. This clearly is not for you. That be the first comment. If you remark about the video, and then I see you old school. You got an old TV. Okay, I can accept it then. And if you have some other comments to make about something I say, oh, by the way, I like those glasses. But if that's the first comment you make, I don't know why you're here. I really don't. Okay, well, thank you for coming in, stopping by, and got to answer a few questions. And I'll continue to do this till I find the people who want to rock and roll. Because I got a lot of things. When I find my audience, then I won't be in the public that much. We have a private class set up for select few. It's not going to be a lot, just going to be a few people to share the things I've learned over the years and to share my ministry. Okay? All right. Thank you again. Peace.